They've been saying that.
Well, yeah, a lot of people concerned. You stay awake too long, you get delirious. I'm watching out for you, Cole. I'm checking out your circadian rhythm. I'm looking at your circadian rhythm. I'm checking out your pulse, high blood pressure. It's a big problem in the black community.
Cholesterol as well. It's outrageous right now.
Yeah, man. Hypertension. I don't know exactly what it means, but it got the word hyper in it. So if you know what I mean, calm down.
Okay. All right. Oh my god, guys. It's what's up with the minutes. Episode 2. Can you believe
We're back?
Oh my gosh. They said it wouldn't happen. They said we wouldn't record a second episode. I remember
That is what they said. I saw them saying that.
There were people yelling at me. What's up with the minutes? We're never doing episode 2. What's up with the minutes? They'll never even get close to an episode 2. But we're fucking here, man.
Yeah, right there with Ghostface. They said there would never be a Supreme Clientele 2. And we back.
We here, man. We here. How are you guys doing? What's up?
I'm wonderful. I just got off of work. I'm a little bit drunk, but it's a time difference thing. It's Tokyo over here.
Yeah.
It's UK over there. It's the deep south over there. So
Georgia isn't even a real place.
It's a country.
That's what they've been saying.
Yeah,
it's a country, from what I've heard of.
And also a state. It doesn't make any sense. We need to get rid of one of them.
No.
You know what I mean? We can't have both. So
okay,
you're out of it.
I don't even care about either of them enough. I'll just do a rock, paper, scissors, and whoever got to go. Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah,
how things treating you in the places that's gonna get gone once Mega plays rock, paper, scissors, bro.
I got a whole methodology for rock, paper, scissors. I'll be looking at people real hard in the eyes to see if they were hard or you know what I mean.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Some people you can tell they're a paper person. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
A
lot of people about their paper.
Trey, how you doing?
I'm good. I've been looking forward to this episode. I really like the topics we picked up, and more than anything, I just want to post this thumbnail because it's absolute cinema. They'll know it by now since the video will be out. But let me know what you think of the thumbnail.
Yeah, the thumbnail's hard, but tell us how serious and how important it was to you to record a day late while me and Cole spent 2 hours waiting for you, wondering what's up with color people time. Mm-hmm. You really set the black people back 200 years. It's the same shit Bill Cosby was saying about pulling up your pants, the same shit RZA said about pulling up your pants. You set us all back, brother.
No. It'll be worth it. Trust. You wait till we get later in the show. It'll be worth it.
Oh, okay. You did like a strategic staying asleep, then that was what it was.
Yeah. I missed the recording on purpose.
Yeah. It's tactical. I see you.
Yeah, he's like, I know how this is how I'm gonna kill these cats. I'm gonna just sleep. Yeah, because they too woke. I'm just gonna sleep. Nah, but it's all love. I wonder if people who has tapped into us on our respective discourse is really serious about how often I be hating on you and how often you be hating on me. they probably think we really got beef. You know what I mean?
I'm watching you guys talk. Sometimes I gotta just be like, damn.
I mean,
domestic.
We gotta keep kayfabe, bro.
Yeah. Hey, yeah.
I know exactly. You guys. They can't know.
Yeah. You the hill.
Well, actually, yeah, I am the hill.
Yeah, you the hill.
And speaking of hills, the new WESTSIDE Gun album has come out. Hills Have Eyes 2.
Ooh, that was a fire.
I know. I'm a professional podcaster. One day in.
Do not call yourself a podcaster. That's the corny thing. That's right, the first thing on the byline. List everything else like first. Yeah. But yeah, that's hard. Yeah.
How are you feeling about that album?
Well, we'll introduce it first. Like, what are we doing here? We're going to talk about kind of the career of WESTSIDE Gun as well as the new project that came out, and then at the end we'll talk about like 3 of our favorite albums from him on a real quick list type of joint. But go ahead and speak your piece. Like, why is it that you feel, because the topic as introduced to me was saying WESTSIDE Gun has had one of the best, or perhaps the best decade, 10 years in rap music. So lay out the knowledge. Give me the information.
We're only 5 in now, but in the wake of Hills Have Eyes 2, I saw people saying we got to have some conversations about WESTSIDE Gun, and I agree, because At the beginning of this decade, 2020, I had no idea who Westside Gunn was. And now, 5 years in, he is one of my favorites. I'm always looking forward to a release. I think his ability is mad underrated. But I did the background to showcase the catalog because this is a ridiculous run. And I think all of these albums have their own merit. So, like, Pray for Paris, that kind of like, Griselda had that like 20 teens run where where the main trio was like going crazy, but like Pray for Paris, I feel like that broke them into the next level. Who Made the Sunshine? That's underrated. What I think stands out about that project is he had a lot of older rappers on there, and I feel like he was showing he could still hang with them. Hitler 8, side A and B, that's just peak music. That's just peak music. I don't gotta say anything. 10. Divisive album, but I feel like, he captured a good in-between space for what he usually does and advancing his sound. And I think his choice of features was more outside the box than usual, and I could appreciate that. Unfortunately, that album got massacred by sampling issues. But the OG one, still fire. Peace, Fly God.
My God.
Underrated. That shit is crazy. Dropped out of nowhere. It's just Westside, ST-Neck, and fucking Stove God going bananas. My camera's fucking up. Damn, I forgot that album.
He's got, what's the crazy thing is like he's got a crazy number of albums that aren't even listed on his primary discography. A great deal of them are EPs that are not recognized as LPs, and then he also has on top of that the collaborative projects that he's done, like Hall and Nash, with his cousin and shit. Like they've got those, and then on top of that, he also has some of the projects where he's steering and kind of doing the executive producing. And there's not really something that stands out as being like bad. They all kind of maintain the same type of Griselda sound that's been cultivated.
They maintain the quality.
And I think that like in the Griselda, I wouldn't say full of, but in the current Griselda like era, it's really like seeing Gunn still have that level of consistency is like quite, I wouldn't say surprising, because I've always considered him the best of the main trio, but it's really refreshing. Like, oh, Benny and Conway will come out with something that I'm not really feeling that much, but Gunn still got it. Gunn still got it. Every time I know
exactly,
be like, oh, I recorded this in a week and here's the album. And I'm like, okay, cool. There's still a baseline of quality I'm really happy with.
Yeah.
And I would say as well, like, even like Gunn did kind of fall into that a similar space of me kind of not being interested in his stuff as like Benny and Conway did, but that was like different because it was like that was Gunn experimenting with stuff that I didn't feel worked with him.
Yeah,
and he experimented with that and he didn't work, and then he was like, you know what, let me just go back to the thing that I do well, and then he just continued doing the thing he does well.
All of them tried to kind of spread out and capture different sonic qualities. Like Benny tried to bring back like 2000s type of New York beats, and Conway, he's changed as well too. I think probably the most consistently like sonically out of all of them is probably Gunn. I do have a different kind of relationship with it than you, at least, Trey, because I've been into Gunn for more than 5 years.
Yeah,
I got into Gunn in the later end of the tens. I want to say probably about 2017. I was already familiar with Gunn. I feel like there have been like two really big breakout moments in the Griselda sound for me over the last 10 years, or at least the 7 or 8 that I've been paying attention. I feel like the first big moment that brought Griselda into the the kind of the eyes, the circumference of mainstream rap was actually not even a Gunn album. I feel like Tana Talk 3 is one that caught your Joe Buttons, it caught your your New York rappers like a Jadakiss or something that is really into that New York sound, whereas they weren't necessarily on top of Rock Marcy and these kind of weird beats. And then the second moment that I feel that Griselda kind of peaked in advance was the Griselda album with the Dr. Birds video with Hype William. When those two things happened, I was like, yo, it seems like both the underground and the mainstream are seeing this. They're knowing about it, and even though they might not be as hip or privy to it as like the deeper, more underground fans, or be that as it may, it seemed like those were the biggest moments in the Griselda kind of canon so far. And only since after Dr. Birds, I feel like there was kind of a almost a diminishing returns. Like I stopped listening to Griselda as much. I kind of tapped out of Conway. I definitely tapped out of Benny, except for his beef with Gibbs, which is hilarious. Mostly thanks to Gibbs and like his memes and his jokes. But out of the three of them, Westside is still the one that no matter what, I'm gonna check into it, because he captures this wavy, swaggery, deeply New York sound, coupled with this intense, very underground sonic aesthetic that I think is just works really well for him.
Yeah,
the Griselda, for a minute, to me, they were recapturing my love for New York hip hop that I lost after Ghostface got a little different rhyming, after Supreme Clientele, after Raekwon didn't make anything dope, after for over a decade after Cuban Links, like what Capadonna disappeared. Like those three are kind of like my Ghost Ray and Capadonna in a different way. But even with that comparison, Westside Gunn is the one that kind of encapsulates and it is the most like all three of them for me. He has the stories, he has the wavy, crazy language, he has the fly, fabric and talk like Capadonna, the slang sniper. He's got just there's an undeniable swagginess to him that I don't know if anybody else is really. Even if a Jay-Z album dropped, Jay-Z is not as wavy as this dude. Like, he not with the fashion, he not with the shits, he's not with the streets. And that's, to me, what makes Westside Gunn so repeatable and so engaging, despite his content not really saying shit at all.
Yeah, that was something that I kind of thought about a lot when Trey brought this up to us. Is like the fact that I wouldn't say his new album is like that much different from like Hermes 8 or anything like that. Like I would say for a significant amount of time, the sound and pockets he's like resided in have been quite similar. And there'll be moments like on the closer of 12, like I feel like that's like quite a diversion from what they normally do. But mostly it's doing the same thing over and over again, but in a formula that is so like endlessly repeatable. And a lot of people have a formula that they repeat and repeat and repeat, but it's rare that it is able to sit as consistently and nicely as Guns does without like coming across as boring. And even like that similar thing is like found within Griselda. Like I would say the wordplay and stuff like that Benny and Conway be on has just kind of it's ran its course. You know what I'm saying? It gets to a certain point and I'm kind of over it. But Gunn through the like through his general style of like his larger than life personality that is constantly present, it allows that kind of similar vibe to always feel fresh, because there's nowhere other place to get that itch scratched, you know what I mean? And I feel like that's a very vital part of why it keeps on working. But you can find a million rappers doing punchline shits, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
you find a million rappers doing fucking ad libs like crazy too. Yeah.
Which I don't hit it like him though.
Killed it,
but I think the thing that keeps him fresh, I think he introduces just enough new elements to like keep your interest. So like once the initial Griselda push ran its course, he like went less on the grimier shit and he like started going more on his fashion shit. And then after that, he like introduced Stove God Cooks more to his work, and like everybody loves that guy. He's insane. I feel like on his newer shit, he's experimenting with like lighter sounds and introducing Brother Tom Sos on like 12 and this new one.
Yeah.
And I think that element, like, it gives it a bit more levity. Like, what song is it? What's the second one? Something Station. That's like the second one on the new joint.
Yeah.
I don't got
that track. That's like,
yeah.
That's like notably different from him. And I think another quality that I enjoy is that Westside is like low key a nerd. Like if you listen to his early shit, Like he's fucking heavy into Doom. He had fucking Vast Air on his shit. Like he's a very low key rap nerd, and he's also on the wrestling shit. He has his own wrestling promotion. So I think like him having that in his bag allows him to keep going in a way that Conway and Benny haven't been able to exactly do.
It's one of the things that separates him from a lot of people. His ability to curate, his ability to kind of look at the culture and capture elements that are dope. On the older stuff, you will find artists like a Sky Zoo and Elzai on his records. You will find a lot of cats. And then the more newer stuff, he's been one of the people who has introduced new artists. Like Stove God is different and interesting, and now he's, you know, of course that was like a rock thing, Rock Marciano type of collab,
like
but
a
it's like
dual thing.
He's with, you know, Rome Streets is one of the illest rappers out when it comes to that type of sound and aesthetic, and it goes on and on. Love the Genius, you know, Shay, they're all have their interesting elements.
Hey Rashid,
they have their sounds, but you know, Gun is he's like a RZA. He's like, you know, he saw that he has the vision. He sees the talent. He's like a Puffy. He's able to, you know, like even if it's not him. Well, you know, it's like, I'm just talking about like, you know, like a Dre. Even don't compare my goat to him. Even you know what I mean? Like what he's doing though is able to kind of like curate these albums in a very tremendous and interesting way. And the lyrics are crazy too. What is the new shit he says? Tell Charlie write dick on my dick. It's worth the cost of, unfortunately, some gun deaths so that we can have the Second Amendment. Like, yeah, they're all there, man. He's got the Charlie Kirk bars. Political correctness is the deadliest of political weaponry. I mean, yeah, he's a real. He's a real. When did
you say that? The most political I heard him get was when
like I saw him. He was on the street. He had a sign. He's had a sign like, you know, debate me about anything or something. I don't know. He's on Twitter, right? I don't follow Twitter. But he's out there, he's doing the same shit, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
right?
And shit. It's
tell Charlie write dick on my dick.
Speaking of terrible people, I do find it interesting that you like WESTSIDE Gun, because you famously talk about hating anti-social rappers.
Mm-hmm.
And I gotta say, WESTSIDE Gun is one of the most psychotic rappers I've ever listened to. This nigga says insane shit, and I'm like, damn, should I be listening to this?
No, he's terrible. You know, he's a liar. Person. He's terrible. A lot of his lyrics are straight up lies. Like he doesn't, you know, his braggadocio is obscene and incredible. But to be honest, like Alvin, his government, he was born in the same hospital as me a year before me in Buffalo, New York, and so was Conway. So I kind of, you know, I'm a Buffalo, New York cat. I was born out there. I was born out there. They're 1 year older than me, and I feel a little bit, you know. But also when I'm talking, one of the things that I talk about, like I agree that Black people can voice all their feelings and create any type of art, just like any culture. One of the things about hip hop, there needs to be an element there of authenticity where you're not Rick Ross as a former correctional officer talking about being a drug lord or a boss. When we, like, Conway is kind of like a modern new extension of the gravity that we gave 50 Cent for being shot. Conway really went through it, and WESTSIDE Gun was right there with him. And I do believe that there is a heavy air, just like a Boldy James, of authenticity there. But just like Boldy James, there is a continuing like antisocial rhetoric there. And I personally, as much as I like WESTSIDE Gun and his music, you are not going to really catch me outside championing him to other people or trying to introduce other people to him. He's got enough of a grassroots movement and machine behind him to do that. I'm definitely not into. That's kind of why I'm poking fun a little bit about the Charlie Kirk kind of antisocial shit. Is because he really does. You know, he might say some really fly shit, but a lot of it is out the sunroof with the sawed off, you know, catch a nigga jogging on, even like that type of thing. Yeah. And that's fine. But you know who the biggest fan base of his music is? It ain't niggas, it's white people.
It ain't
it is not.
it's white college kids. It's
No, I'm agreeing with
Europeans.
you.
Oh yeah. Okay, bet. It's just like so many other rap artists, but instead we do have to kind of contend with the idea that a lot of white people are attracted to this in an ethnographic way, where they feel as though they're looking into black culture and they're getting the deep dark seediness of the negroid experience.
Oh,
You know, and that gets weird, but it's still dope. You know, it's dope.
Yeah.
It's dope as fuck.
I think to that point though, it is interesting. Like, I mean, obviously, a substantial amount of black art has always had that problem of, okay, this is a very like voyeuristic relationship with it. You know, like you'll even see like for years the way like Kendrick has been talked about and shit. Like you can see that weird like relationship of people being like, okay, so this is how the Negro mind works. You know,
Dissertations about Splinter and shit. Like, yes,
it's like, I mean, yeah, and it's one of the things I always think about is like in West Side Gun's case especially, because he obviously has lived that life. At a certain point, where like is the living that life enough of an excuse to keep on saying the exact same shit over and over and over again? Like, do we think that these artists should grow, and if they should, at what point? And I'm for me personally, I think to an extent, yes. Like, I think it is kind of ridiculous that like Pusha T is still talking about selling crack, for instance. However,
he still does that.
He still sells crack.
Didn't he do the McDonald's jingle? I consider him complicit to all those Big Macs sold.
I thought you were saying that he still sells crack. And I'm like, that guy's
I mean, what's the difference? You know, detrimental to the community. Yeah, that shit wasn't made by black people. Black people. A nigga might have made chicken nuggets in the basement of McDonald's and sold that shit, but they took that straight from him. Just the same way they did to the Colombians.
As a West Side stan, I get Co's point about showing growth. And in a weird way, I feel like he's subconsciously grown with the more that he invests in his fashion shit and his wrestling shit. And I feel like he's introduced that into his lyrics more, where he's like talking less about shooting niggas and more about just fucking going to a fashion show, having his clothing brand do well, or like fucking doing his promotion and putting on cool matches.
Yeah, and I think that is definitely an interesting direction for his stuff to have gone. Like, you can see the wrestling shit becoming more and more of a thing, and it's like, even like I got folk at work who are coming to me and being like, yo, have you heard of this West Side Gun dude? He sampled this wrestling I'm into. And it's like seeing like that shit come up is like, there's definitely like he's diversifying what he can talk about by bringing in his other interests. But still, obviously not saying like that he needs to stop talking about the but I'm still listening to his stuff thinking, oh, okay, word, this guy is gonna say like the most heinous shit about women, the most heinous shit about like the destruction of his own community that you were saying.
He needs to pull his pants up.
Yeah, man. What are we doing? In modern age.
Unbelievable.
I mean, like, it's not necessarily that I think Gun is one of those people who should suddenly become like some fucking like ancient sage guru shit, or start talking about like, you know, like how Fonte talks about his like kids and shit. I don't think that would make sense for Gun to be doing. However, I think it is valid to at least bring up the kind of that.
I agree.
As people within the culture, we're absolutely allowed to have that critique on it. But also, he, as a black man, his experience in the United States and his, you know, he's not a political actor. He doesn't have any where we shouldn't be looking at him as a political actor. Martin Scorsese has been allowed to make gangster movies about Italians that affect the world in all types of weird ways that we can't really quantify. We should allow him to that. But at a certain point, a person, you know, upon themselves might have to say, well, I'm not really interested in what Scorsese has to say about these things anymore, despite there being heavily, you know, powerful film elements to it. And that's how I feel with Gun. Like, I don't run and immediately jump into every album of his, but when I do listen to an album, I see the merits, I see the quality, I see the vision, and it's fine. But at the end of the day, I can't say that like my homies out here have like when he comes out here with Alchemist, my man MJ, who's one of my best friends, the young god, he like drives them around. He's with them, and he's like, yo, he's a nice guy. He's a good person. He talks kind. He treats people right. And I wouldn't mind rocking with him and giving him daps up like that. If I ever found out that he was kind of a nasty, mean person to his fans, or, you know, like the Twitter shit that you guys often are privy to, I don't get into that. I would maybe feel a different way about listening to his music just based upon some weird, like unrealistic value that I haven't really thought about. I fuck with Gun though. I fuck with Gun, and I think he's cooler than me. And it's unusual that I'll say that about a lot of cats. He's cool. Like him and Z Looper, I look at those fools, I'm like, you guys, there's a level of cool there that I will never reach because I just don't have that in me to wear a fucking balaclava with a fucking big ass weird Balenciaga trench coat and Asteroid Boy boots. Like, no. Y'all niggas is way cooler than me.
Moon boots,
I bet.
I fuck with Astro Boy heavy, but no.
Let's do our 3 favorite Gun albums.
Okay.
Who wants to go first?
Bust it. I don't care. Yeah.
Let me get the Spotify.
I'll go. All right. So I got, and this is in no particular order. These are the ones that I know that I really love. I got first for me to say is Supreme Blientele. I really like that one. I appreciate that one. It's got Busta Rhymes on it, got Elzai on it. It's just super dope. The beats work for me, and I think the album title is tight. Hitler 8. If I could just squeeze that in as an A and B, you know what I mean? Like I just say Hitler 8, A and B. I think I consider that one single album. I think it's one of the best double disc projects that have been out since like Wu-Tang Forever, or I don't know, The Love Below and Speaker Box. It's just really incredible. And then my last one is probably, I kind of want to say Westside Doom, but that's only 2 songs and 2 instrumentals.
That's cheating.
But I love it. I also love Fly God is really good too. Fly God is really good too. What y'all got?
You gonna go, Trey?
Bet I got. The only thing ordered is the first one. On top is Hitler 8. Side A specifically. If you want to count them as both, that's fair. But Hitler 8.
Yo, right now is crazy. Right now with
that first listen is life changing. It's like it's on some fucking Only Built for Cuban Link shit. The way him and Stove God are just fucking going insane on that project. That's like partially a Stove God album.
Yeah,
the bars are hard too. Let me kill some women just doing abortions right now. Let me kill some niggas doing Islamic right now. Let me kill some liberals living it right now. Yeah, so kill that shit hard.
You'll go and doing it like that. You'll go and doing it like that.
I'm a bar whisperer. I know the lyrics.
Next, I'm gonna say Pray for Paris. I feel like as time went on, people have like forgotten how good that fucking project is. That is an insane project. The fucking production, the joint with Rock, Freddie, and them, like it's a crazy project.
I think
that guy does that have Eurostep on it?
Yeah.
Yes.
Conducted it, but I think because of like for me, what I saw as well, at least, is like Pray for Paris was a significant amount of people's like debut to the Griselda sound, to Westside Gun.
Yes.
And I think because of its placement as that, it's like people have kind of shied away from being like, oh, this album is as great as it is, because I don't want to be the one saying that the
one sound like a fucking normie.
Yeah, man. You know what I'm saying? And I think that a lot of people kind of forgot like that project is serious. When I first heard the album, I know this probably isn't the most like normal take. French Coast on loop. That song is so good.
Yeah.
That song is so good.
Yeah.
Out here in Paris. It, like, shut up. That like
I don't even care for Wale, bro, but that one is really good.
It's serious.
Yeah.
It's serious.
Yeah.
It's something like it's just the kind of like jovial energy of that track to me really gets me. And Trey, what was your third one? Sorry.
Third one. Now, me not saying Flag Out of Supreme Blientele might be heinous, but not gonna lie, Peace Flag Out is so insane, bro. It's just so insane. It's so insane. The way SD Knack and Stove God just fucking, they like blister every single verse. Fucking WESTSIDE is rapping his ass off on tracks like Danhausen. The flow on that is fucking
Crazy.
stupid. That project's just like overall underrated to me. As far as like great WESTSIDE projects. But yeah, that would be my top 3. It can change, but like right now, that's what I'm feeling.
Well, for me, my top 3, I'm gonna throw a few curveballs. I've been a fan of WESTSIDE Gunn for time. Like I found out about him just before Pray for Paris dropped. But 12, that's my favorite Gunn. That project is outstanding. The skits are a little long on it, but every single song on there for the song it is like I think that is my favorite, like most consistent listen for me. And like the closer specifically, the shit Stove and Gunna doing on that gospel sample, like they're really doing like preaching, and I feel like it's like a really inspired track for me.
I agree. Also, to that album, fucking Health Science with Brother Tom, that's like his best performance I've heard. That song is so good.
Brother Tom is crazy. I'm super excited to see what he ends up doing next, like solo wise, because it's just that.
Also, I'm sorry not to cut you off, but I like Wes like adding Brother Tom to these recent projects because Brother Tom is like he's not as like fucking grimy as Wes or like any of the other Griselda dudes. Like he's more reflective, and I like that contrast with Wes.
Yeah, like it is like that's I think 12 works so well is because none of the rappers on 12 sound like each other at all. Like WESTSIDE Gunn, Stove, and Brother Tom are all extremely unique rappers. So you put them in one place and it just leads to a really dynamic listen. Something I really enjoyed at least. I would say second favorite, we're gonna bring up Pray for my God, not Pray for Peace Fight God. Peace Fight God's coming up again. That song is not song.
Yeah.
It's once again, it's Stove on the album, man. That just does it for me. Like, what is it? On Jesus Crack, the like closer he's doing on there. I think about that shit all the time. That's one of those things. Like, it's kind of rare for me to get super invested in the like the crack talk shit. But I'll be like walking around my room and just going, "So God so loved the world, He gave us coke." That's not. I don't live like that. That's not my life. That's not my life. However, there's certain times where you have to make that your life, and Stove does that.
Yeah, but
oh no, go on.
I gotta say, what a standout track. Like Stove is amazing on that project, but Bobby Roode with SD Knack, that's just like a solo SD Knack track, and that is like one of the greatest like fucking just rap songs I've ever heard. Like that nigga's just going insane. The fucking beat is just like angelic as fuck. Yeah, that's just like an incredible song.
That's one of those songs is like if you like, yo, have you heard of SC Knack? And they're like, no, that's like the one.
He's crazy.
It captures all his skills and then like still doesn't really satisfy you. You got to really get to Knack more. Yeah, that one's good too.
Knack is an alien, man. The way he approaches flows is just outrageous. I'm definitely talking about him for sure. That's gonna come up. And I'd say my third favorite. I don't want to say. I mean, we have a lot of overlap here, which is quite funny to me. But like, I would say 8B is 100% mine.
Yeah.
Well, there's that one joint on there, with A.A. Rashad, I think. Like R.I.P. So I forget who the whole title, but like that song there, I remember like I was definitely like at that point in Gunn's career, I was really after more of a kind of reflective version of him, and to hear that song where it's very much like he says something shit like it was either me or him. I'm sorry, and like obviously.
Oh, the Mark one.
No, that's not with Mark. I don't think that's.
Oh, Rip Bergdorf. That's Mark.
Yeah. Is it? What am I thinking?
Yeah, that's Mark. That's Mark on there.
The wrong song. I'm thinking of. I said the wrong song. Let me find it real quick. Actually, no, we don't need to. But there's a song on there. He's like gets mad reflective, and that's kind of something I've been wanting from Gunn for a while. And I don't necessarily think that whole song is like, oh, this is Gunn at his deepest. He's really getting into it. I definitely think there's an element of reflection there that I really appreciated, and the whole album has a kind of somber sound to it that I could just really get into. So that's that.
Let me ask one question before we. Oh, go ahead. Oh
yeah, real quick. Fucking Mike and WESTSIDE song. Fucking unlikely as pairing, but amazing song.
Oh yeah, off of the new
amazing song.
Yeah. That's serious. If I wish someone didn't spoil it for me on Twitter.com, but cool. I trade.
That's your fault for being on there.
True.
Sympathy. It's like you get a movie spoiler when you in a movie subreddit. Like, you can't be helped, bro. You should not have been on there. Wait for You know what I mean? Wait for the movie to drop in your neighborhood.
What
I do have
What
a
did
question
you want
for
to
y'all.
ask, Mega?
I got one question
Mm-hmm.
because I feel like these are two kind of comparable artists, Mock or West Side Gun.
Easily Mark for me. Easily, not even a question.
It's
you
easily
agree?
marked for a lot of people. I can't lie. I'm not as into Mark as other people. His talent's undeniable though. But like just based off of who I listen to more, it would be West. But like Mock's insane.
Yeah.
I don't blame anyone for picking Mock.
One of my favorite Mock albums is Pray for Haiti, and that's curated by West Side. So
Yeah.
It's the West Side touch.
Yeah, no, I mean
that's
sure.
just like a fun kind of like Biggie or Nas type of thing. Like both is amazing. If you was there in the '90s when they was, when Biggie was still alive, type of thing. It's like there's no wrong choice.
No, for sure. I definitely think when it comes to that, like Gun and Mark, I think the reflective thing that I love about that one song on Hitler 8 B is the reason why I'm such a big Mark fan. Is like that those type of songs where he's talking about some real shit are few and far between. Not few and far between, the opposite of that, aren't few and far between. So it's kind of easier for me to kind of latch onto it from like an emotional level, which is kind of like, as much as I've listened to enough Gun, that what I'm after now is a little more than what I can get from Gun. You know what I'm saying? And I think Mark consistently scratches that itch for me. Yeah, but with all that said, do we want to get on to our next topic?
Fair. Well, speaking of Charlie Kirk,
40 minutes on this one. Yeah, let's go.
Yeah, I bet. Yeah,
speaking of Charlie Kirk, we have to get into this Nakama album.
No, you have to not.
Wait, what? All right, I'm waiting for you to pull it in.
Oh, you need
to. Okay. Oh, okay. Here we go. Niggas die every day. I don't know what to tell you. You get mad over some shit. Niggas get popped every day, bro. That's like motherfucking Ace in Rico from Paid in Full. Niggas get shot every day. You be all right.
So in honor of Charlie Kirk, let's talk about
Nakama. Cameron and Pause. Shout out to Pause. Shout out to Cameron and Pause.
Listen, in honor of Charlie Kirk, let's talk about Nakama.
Bro, these transitions Trey's on today are insane. I do not condone this type of violence.
All right, yeah. I want to talk about Nakama's Everything Burns today, because that album is just ridiculous. It's just ridiculous. Like from the very first seconds of it, you're instantly aware of how special that project's going to be, but then it still manages to shock you in how special that project is. It just listen after listen after listen, I'm discovering new things, and it's like I think one thing that is really keeping me coming back to it is like the album has like a strong sense of it's trying to tell me something, but I can't, like, what I'm really enjoying is I can't figure it out. You know what I mean? There's a clear concept going on with the whole Prim thing and the amazing skit in the middle, but it's still like, I still feel like it's obfuscating its messaging a little bit, to like kind of, in a sense, like every time I'm listening to it, I feel like I'm keep piecing it together, but I also feel like every time I piece something together, a whole new piece appears and is on the complete other side of the room. You know what I'm saying? Like it's a definite it's a really dense project, and I haven't gotten quite to the bottom of it yet. So I wanted to just kind of have a conversation with you guys, see what you guys are thinking about it. Before we kind of get into the conceptual level of it, just what do you guys think of the project real quick, and then we can kind of move into a more consistent discussion.
Ideally, before this video comes out, I need to release our Nakama review that Jed and I did, which is like a 40-minute kind of deep dive where I didn't necessarily interrogate and get deep into the lyrics, because I feel like it's very dense and I just didn't listen to it enough times with the intention of kind of picking apart and picking up some of the elements. But there is something about it that it's almost, I try not to do this, but there's almost like this metaphysical type of element to it that as soon as I hear it and I pick up on his voice, the sonic qualities and lines that he's saying, it reminds me a lot about the Black radical tradition. It's almost like the lyrics are very dense, poetic. There's a poesy to it, but there's also this contemporary styling that he does and pulls off in many different ways using a lot of different rap techniques. But when you start to really listen to the music, you hear that he's voicing these opinions, these almost like not respectability politic opinions about black violence or the social kind of ills that occur within the kind of Western black community, but he's picking apart these ills and talking about how there's this dialectic between, like, these are not good or bad people. These are people in the midst of everything being on fire, and you respond differently in a panic. And that's kind of like what I'm getting out of the album. Like, there's so much there, and the sonic qualities of it are all over the place and just tremendously different from what most people consider hip hop and what most people would value as like black music sonically. If you play this for your typical rap fan who might even say that Lupe Fiasco and Kendrick Lamar are their favorites, I feel like they would have a difficult time sitting with this, despite there being the same similar attention to the social narratives, the social aspects, the deep interpersonal blackness of it, and also the sonic qualities, harkening back to so many different black genres. Like, noise music is black as fuck, rock and funk and all of these things, like and the weird drum timing is black as fuck to me. And it's a difficult, challenging album that I absolutely love, but I don't think that it's very accessible to people. It was hard for me to get into, and I love it. And it's just some of the best art we have out now. I compare it a lot to Revelator, which I would say a lot of those same things about. Like, that album is not for what do they say, basic bitches. It's not. It's just not. It is not basic bitch music, bro. This is some other level shit. Like, you wander into the nightclub where this is going on, you've entered into like something special. It's not for regular cats. Ain't no flyer for this shit to pick up on if you just outside in front of this station. It's different. It's weird. It's amazing. I love it.
So I got into Nakama from Shook World, the fucking Gang PTP album. Ever since hearing him on Swing, I was locked the fuck in. I binged the whole Hohenheim Revenge series, and Virgo was great. Going into this album, like the foreword that he gave, I was expecting a more cynical album, which it kind of is in some ways, but I was expecting that to be reflected in the sound, but he didn't really do that. He still kept his kinetic flow. These tracks, like, as weird as they are, they still bumping away.
Yeah.
And I think getting into the lyrics just highlighted that more, because as far as concept, I didn't like first listen when Cole was bringing up like the possibility of a concept. I was like, I don't fucking get this at all. But reading the what is it called, the liner notes, he kind of talks about like kind of like the alienation that like a lot of people feel as shit is now. Like, shit feels really impersonal with social media. Everyone is like fucking nihilistic as hell, and it kind of felt like he wanted to combat that in a way, but he did it in a unique way. Because as far as the concept, what I took is Prim, which from my understanding is like a fucking AI. So there's Prim, and there's a character named Lester, and then a female character I forget the name of. Lester and this female character are like fucking starting like a label of some sorts. But they need Nakama, because Nakama, he's black as fuck. He's real as fuck. So they need to filter what he does through this AI Prim.
I just want to quickly correct you there. I think Nakama is Lester, and the label is by Fish and the lady. Fish and Sophie.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
I was wondering what
I think it's called like
the narrative
C9
was
Too Late or something.
Yeah. I think Lester. They refer to Nakama as Lester during the.
Okay, gotcha.
But yeah, continue. Sorry.
So yeah, he's real committed to this concept. Like in his promo shit, he's doing the promo in character and shit, having like back and forth with the AI. And I think it's a really cool concept in terms of, I think it's really subtle how he plays it. Cause like on its surface, it's like he's hyping up the AI and he's like, yeah, AI's fire, bro. We love this AI shit. But like there's like this undercurrent of where like Prim is like kind of fucking spitting back in the face of the shit Nakama's making with like he'll talk about like certain like Black Boy Joy in the fucking promo. He has the fucking AI taunt that shit because while it technically like helped in the creation of that song, the fucking AI has no like concept of like fucking blackness or anything like that. And so I think that dynamic is interesting. It's like he's trying to like filter his blackness through an algorithm and like
I missed all of
it through that lens. No, yeah, I literally just had like a listen where like the shit clicked through me like 2 days ago.
Yeah, I mean, with the Prim thing as well. Like, there's even parts of the album where, you know, I mean, I just sent a sorry, let me rewind. Like, a thing that made all of this kind of click for me is I saw Nakama tweet about the album, and I just replied like saying a really specific thing, like Ghost. There's a moment on Ghost that just blew my mind, and I mentioned that. And then Nakama's reply to that was something like, "I'm gonna have to thank Prim for that." So it's like he's consistently trying to create like a kind of weird line where you can't really tell where he begins and where Prim like begins. You can't really tell who is in control of the music at that current moment in time. And that's something that like there's moments on the album where like I forget which song it is, but the chorus begins like, "Only thing I'm smoking on is by smoking less," and less is what they've been referring to. Less. So it gets to that point in the album, like, okay, now it seems like Prim is saying more. Prim is more at the forefront post the skit. And you know, the tone of the album, I would say post the skit is a little more aggressive, I would say. You know, I mean, there's already that kind of stuff is already there at the beginning, but you get the deep voice thing on the song I'm referring to that says "Smoking Less," and just the general tone and the way the beats are constructed as well is both like more dancey, but the doesn't feel nearly as like joyful as I would say the first half of the album is. And then you get to the closer, and it's My Turn. And at the very beginning of it, you hear Prim's voice being like, "Lester, I'm tired." So clearly, at that point, there, Prim is not nowhere to be seen, but has less of that control and Lester.
Yeah, and that feels like the rawest track on the project to me.
Yeah, exactly.
Bro, what the fuck? Hold on. Apparently I don't know how to listen to fucking rap music. What the fuck are y'all talking about? I did not get any of that shit out of the album. I did not get any of that shit out of the fucking album. I'm done. Like, I'll retire after this shit.
Bro, read the liner notes. Read the liner notes. The liner notes explain a lot.
I thought I did read them and shit. I was like, wow, fancy, you know, smart nigga, like really good, beautiful rap music. Like, goddamn, I really didn't get any of that AI shit. Guys is too artistic, bro. This album difficult to listen to. It don't bump in the whip. It don't bump in the whip. Well, I don't know.
I was riding it from that shit was bumping.
I did not understand that shit. Like y'all did.
Look, I'm gonna fuck with you. What platform did y'all listen to the album on?
Well, I bought it off Bandcamp and then I listened to it on VLC.
I bought it off Bandcamp and listed it on my phone joint. Power Amp.
I bet. Now, when the project first came out, I didn't hear it initially, so I wish listed on Bandcamp. I saw he wasn't planning on doing a streaming release, so I was like, cool. I'll just cop the album later. He eventually released it on streaming, so I was like, okay, I'll just listen to it here. Now, the other day when I was listening, I took a look at the like two projects, and I noticed that the Bandcamp version has about 4 more tracks. So it has like 3 more tracks at the beginning. The skit in the middle is missing from the album.
Right.
And then I decided to listen to the Bandcamp version all the way through. And what I noticed is that a lot of the tracks have differences. So, like, for example, on Ghost, he does like a completely different take. He damn near sounds like a different rapper. So the streaming version of Ghost is like sounds clean as fuck. His vocals are very clean. His voice on the Bandcamp version is like way more high pitch. It's like less filtered. And then like the back half has a completely different instrumental.
I know where you're going.
Yeah. So
I'm also tripping too because we got the album early and I listened to it when we first got it. Like two 2 months ago, and then I put it to the side, and then I only listened for the review that we did. I only listened to the Bandcamp version, which Jed and I found out was different than the streaming version he had. But we didn't really do the knowledge to compare track to track for the differences. So you putting me on right now.
When I was listening, I got to My Turn, and like My Turn on the Bandcamp version, like it sounds raw as fuck. You hear like more of his actual voice. And then I wanted to post about it on Instagram. So I went to post it, and I noticed the streaming version for that was different too. So I go back, and on My Turn on the streaming verses, he has like this weird robotic glitch to his voice. His delivery is like way more subdued than on the fucking Bandcamp version, where he's like damn near yelling, sounding more raw. So I was thinking, like, what if he was like trying to go for emphasize the concept of like Prim and like having his, how do I explain it?
He's a genius.
He's like he's being like, his output is more controlled on the streaming version. I feel like him not having the interlude, which explains so much of the story, him leaving that off of the streaming version completely, it's almost like the streaming version is meant to be presented as more of a product.
Yeah.
The Bandcamp version is like more of him.
Yeah, because what I'm thinking is in the skit, the like label people say like, okay, so yeah, you make your thing, then you run it through Prim, then you give it to us, and we're gonna do our magic and put our final touches and let it go through. So maybe the actual like the streaming version is the version that the label let go through, and the version of is the original vision or something. I don't know if that's the case. That's crazy.
That shit's crazy.
I saw a tweet. I saw I saw a video saying that the streaming version was different, but for some reason I was like, there's no obviously
it's damnation all over again. It's damnation all over, you know what I mean? Like
completely different like deliveries. He has completely different deliveries on some of the songs. Some of the instrumentals are different, like the fucking drums and shit. It's crazy.
Crazy. For me, I made the assumption that it was like the streaming version is different just because I want there to be a reason for you to check out the Bandcamp. But for the streaming being different, to be part of the conceptual like ethos.
Yeah, it is like weird shit.
Nakama next, bro. Nakama is crazy.
He's crazy.
Nakama is so ill. Oh my God. Y'all blowing my mind right now. Blow these people's mentalities. Y'all are blowing my mind right now because I did not pick up on it, but I knew the depth. You know, I still got a lot of depth out of it, but you guys, y'all too, just what is happening here?
I think it's a thing as well. Like even with the depth, it's still a really like I would say to the accessible thing you said earlier. The project's quite fun. Like
I agree.
Like I would say he's like the way that he's saying a lot of this really quite upsetting shit is still like on his version of the album. We say it's his version. The Bandcamp version is still like the way he's approaching the song is still extremely like is still like extremely playful. Like Ghost especially. That's my favorite track on the project. It's just that
Ricky Moves is crazy.
Yeah, like all of those joints, like you can very much feel a groove to them, and like the way he's coming in on like Ghost, especially like the chorus, he's doing like some stupid fucking Phineas and Ferb joke. You know what I mean? He said,
he got the nose joke about it. I don't even know Phineas and Ferb, but I know that I've seen a picture of it.
Area like he's building a scheme on some like on a joke, but while then going into an extremely like serious verse after that, and just the way he's kind of toying the line between extremely serious and playful on the Bandcamp version at least is really interesting to me now, hearing that there's apparently
a dialectical approach.
Yes, the dialect.
You know, like for me, when I asked Jet about, because like I was like, yo, what about audio recording number 4? Nakama gets signed. He's like, that's not on my joint. And I was wondering because I come from the West Coast, and if somebody say 9-2C or they say 9-2C, that's like Hoover. That's like that's 90 Seconds Type Street Hoover Crip. And I was like, is it a dichotomy between him trying to be the artist that he is with his positivity and his approach, and also being kind of confronted by this group of people who want to change but that are somehow associated with this kind of lumpen proletariat underworld current of 9-2 gangster Crip shit. Like I was trying to decode it, but obviously I didn't read the liner notes close enough because I'm fucking late, like stupid. I don't know.
It's also like
yeah,
a significant amount of the thing that convinced me of the conceptual stuff was me seeing the Instagram posts and the Twitter and shit. Like he's fully committing to the character of
right.
oh okay, he said
all right, I'm against it now. I'm against it if I got to be on Twitter to understand the shit or Instagram, I'm against it. He made a big mistake on that. That was a bad part of the album rollout. Damn it, Nakama. I didn't know that I had to do that. You should have put that in the liner notes. You didn't leave no cookie crumb crew, like, you know what I mean? Oh man.
Nah, he did it so well, though.
I'm sorry to interrupt.
He stayed in character so well. When I was reading the IG post, he's like talking about AI and shit. I'm like, bro, what the fuck is he talking about? What? And I was like, is he on some weird shit? And then I like fucking re-listen to the project. I'm like, nah, he's like fucking working this into this big concept.
Yeah, that's what's crazy is like if you see the post, he'll be like executing like promotional
admin functions or some shit like that.
Yeah.
He'll say his part. And then afterwards, it will be like primitive. What's it stand for? Primitive what? Sorry, I can't remember. Primitive something.
Oh fuck, I forgot.
Something like that.
Y'all fucking up. Disappointing for me too.
Hey, you ain't catch it.
Yeah.
Hey, no, I mean I did the other knowledge though.
Yeah, he reading shit. He reads. Yeah.
No, but okay, I go off. I'm just fucking around. Like I said, y'all like Trey is literally. In the morning time, like he go to like Waffle House and it's safe right now. It's late at night. I'm drunk. I'm literally drunk. This is basically the experience on our Discord. Like people are waking up, and this is where I'm starting to turn up. After I did finish recording with y'all, I'll probably go outside, walk down the street to a bar, talk to my Japanese people.
That's Japanese
about
people.
Nakama.
Yeah.
Nah, but
I'm tripping.
I didn't catch like many bars on my few listens because I took it in more as like a sonic experience. But like a track that stood out lyrically was My Turn. That's like one of the greatest tracks I've heard in a minute. And like this section of the track fucking killed me. He said Somali Marxists framed in German propaganda, intellects big talk, couldn't swing the sickle and the hammer, wound up, bougie, and pissed off, diverting standards, thinking hyper individualism would cure the cancer, dream sold the pain, lead through the candor, centerpiece expanding. That shit blew my mind.
Outrageous. The hammer
that's pro Marxist.
Dude,
fuck individualism.
What the thought hyper individualism would cure the cancer is just such a brilliant, like, and it's such a succinct way of saying like the shit that you've been saying to us for
insane.
You know what I mean?
Cozy, I just shared something about this just with you, my girl. Just yesterday, 2 days ago, I shared this with y'all about the difference between the material and the idealism. And hyper individualism. I mean, I'm telling you, Nakama is next. Nakama. That's actually, I didn't mention that bar in my critique of the album, Trey, and this is why I fuck with you, G. This is why I fuck with you, because you right there with me, even though I hate you.
Hey, I'm not completely ignorant, bro. I'm tapped in.
You're gonna have to show and prove a little bit more because I'm skeptical. I'm like one of these skeptics. I'm like a Charlie Kirk guest. I'm like, I'm Sam Harris here. I'm like, I don't know. These Muslims seem like savages. These Muslims seem like barbarians. Yeah, I'm skeptical. You seem savage. You seem barbarian. Or 85%er on my Dr. Umar Fubar. Yeah. No, I fuck with you. Yo, you killing that. Yo, Trey.
I'm cooking this episode. I'm cooking.
What's up with the minutes? Episode 2. You know the vibes. Come on, man. Yeah, you know the vibes.
I just I don't know if I have anything else to say like that specific about the Nakama album, but I'm just overall, every time I listen to it, I think I pick up a little more, also pick up a little less, and I'm blown away by it every time. Fantastic project. 100% at the moment is my album of the year. I can't stop listening to it. 1 second, this is apparently self-produced. This
nigga's crazy.
It doesn't make any sense to me. It doesn't, every time I listen to it, I'm like, this is one nigga.
Yeah.
He has so many voices and deliveries and it's insane.
I couldn't tell. Yeah. Two, you know, this is one of my favorite albums of the year too. I'm not quite sure that I've listened to it enough for it to really like dent my top five, but another album in my top five is produced solely by a single MC artist, producer, and both of them are phenomenal. The Reese Langston is crazy, Nakama is crazy, and I value them for so many reasons beyond words right now. Like
Yeah.
I'm in full support of Nakama. He gave us this album for the price of On the House early. I still purchase it with my own money because I want to put down for this brother's artwork, because he's a special artist.
Sure.
He is there. It's like with this one, like Emburgo was really good and his other products are really good, but this one, I'm not saying it's a high watermark. I'm just saying that it's clear that his trajectory as an artist is only going to get more and more elaborate, complex, and spectacular.
Yeah, for sure.
In the future.
Yeah, absolutely. Trey, do you have anything else to say about Nakama before we move on to the last topic?
Nah, just a great project. As far as real quick into like the streaming differences, I'm gonna say that I like Ghost on the streaming version. I didn't write all the differences. I should have, but like off top, I think I like Ghost on the streaming version a little more.
What?
As far as I think Next Dance is different on the. I couldn't tell fully, but I'm pretty sure it is. And if that's the case, I like Next Dance on the Bandcamp version more. And then My Turn, I like My Turn on the Bandcamp version more than the streaming version, because I like his delivery is way more raw on that one. But yeah, incredible project.
Because I remember them saying it was on SoundCloud. Is it also on like Spotify and that now, or is it?
I'd imagine. I'm using YouTube Music now, but I'd imagine it's on Spotify and Apple Music as well.
I'll check that out. Yeah,
I've got to check out I got to do the cross pollination and figure it out. One question I have before we skip out too is, because both of you are substantially younger than me in two different ways. Do you all understand kind of the what did y'all think about the title Ricky Moves? Did that immediately harken to you Boys in the Hood?
I thought it was Rick, I thought it was like Rick James.
Oh, that's an interesting take on
that's
it.
not a bad guess.
Well, the pop locks, pops lock, pop, you know, like all the things. It immediately kind of immediately captured you know, Ricky getting shot in Boys in the Hood. And that was kind of the emphasis of it. Yeah.
Okay, word. Yeah, I mean, those are movies I've seen, but no, they don't occupy much space in my head. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they're so formative for me because, you know, I had the VHS and I watched it 30 times to hear Furious Style teach me about gentrification.
Well,
shout out to Furious Styles, one of the hardest rap names. Like, you know, like the generation that came after Furious Styles, they failed with rap names. They decided to use like the little prefix and the big prefix a little bit too much. It took us a long time to get to Nakama.
Yeah. Exactly. All right. On to our last topic then, I'm assuming.
Sure. Let me bring it in since I was the one that kind of thought of it here. So this one was something that I thought would be fun, and I wanted because in my entire, you know, I'm a 42-year-old man, and I've been listening to hip hop for a long time. A lot of my favorite artists are artists that I've loved for 20 years. Bus Driver is one of my favorite artists. Redman is one of my favorite artists. Aesop Rock is one of my favorite artists, and I've loved them for 25 years. You know, hit or miss, I've always loved them. So what I was thinking about is, if I was to remove artists that I've known for a long time, that I love for a long time, who is kind of a new camp, fresh faces that are in the scene that I value as much as I kind of do those guys, without having the nostalgic and admiration for them. And I wanted to go back, you know, a kind of a ways back, but Trey is only 10 years old, and at 5 years old he was only listening.
You suggested 2 years, not 3.
Well, I initially I wanted like 5 pre-COVID. I wanted pre-COVID, but then we're like,
I was, you know, when in 5 years ago, like I was barely a person. You know what I mean? I don't want
to. I was listening to XXX Tentacion.
Sure. So what we decided to do to kind of talk about artists that we've grown to love and enjoy is to say at the end of COVID, kind of. So like 3 years, 2023, you know, like about 3 years during COVID, who are the artists?
22.
2022. Who are the artists now that we really like who are not, Quelle Chris or Rap Ferreira or Billy Woods, who's been having a long kind of prosperous career that we didn't know? One of the things that I did for my list is I disallowed myself from putting people on my list that I communicate with often, those that are in my Discord or those who like so because of that, like I love Tetsuya, I love Shamar, Sunmundi, Def C, Ratman Gap, so many of our homies and our peers
Are
that we
goated.
talk to all the time. I didn't put them on my list because eventually I will get to talk to them. So
Oh,
I've never really told anybody or 5 of my favorite artists right now.
okay.
Are we all kind of on the same page with the
Same page.
kind of rules for the most part?
One of my picks kind of falls out of that, but besides that,
Yeah, same. I got one that's out of that, but it's also like I still got an interesting story with it. We'll figure out.
Well, since I've been talking for so long, why don't one of y'all go first?
All right, I'll hit you on my list. Let me just quickly let me look at the cellular. Yeah. So top of my list, someone Trey introduced me to that I think my art would be entirely different without. Love Ulysses.
Charlie Kirk.
Charlie Kirk himself. My favorite. Yeah, no, you got Love Ulysses. Number one. Got like genuinely just such an incredibly fresh approach to rap where it's like so personable. You can feel him inside of the art he's making, and that is such an incredible thing to do because it's not like a lot of artists, they're very raw in terms of like they'll get across like a lot of sadness and the emotion, and it's like, okay, this feels like I'm really listening to what this person's like toiling with, and Love will still tap into like sadder bags, but in the same sense you'll still know and be aware of the joy that man feels while he's making his art. You know what I mean? You can hear him having a lot of fun while he's producing these things, and I think that is like, for me, that was like beyond inspiring. Like I was listening to that shit being like, oh, I can have fun. You know what I mean? I don't need
put me on game. I don't know this person. Are they, from the UK, from America? Like what region?
Based in, I think it was Minneapolis or Minnesota. I think it's Minnesota. Yeah.
Okay.
I think it's Minnesota.
But I'm not familiar. I'm not familiar.
One album out right now. It's like 675,000. It's like a bunch of numbers.
Hella numbers.
A bunch of numbers. But it's his only project. Before that, he was doing a 2-pack series where basically he would just like record 2 tracks and then drop them. And he did about like 10, 11 of those. And he just has like, there's a lot of levity to his music. And I feel like what makes him stand out is he doesn't really like stick to any like conventional rap tropes. He's just like, he's unabashedly him in his music. And like when I recommended him to Cole, like I wasn't as familiar with Cole as a person back then, but in hindsight, it just makes so much sense that she connected with him in the way that she did, because they both have that similar quality in their music of like the levity, it's very inspiring in that way.
I definitely like, I mean, like the EP that I've made would not exist in the same like version if I hadn't have heard like Love Ulysses having as much fun as he is on like Montreux Jazz Stripper and shit like that. Like I would 100% like that song there, especially. Like I remember hearing that for the first time and being like, oh my god, like you can literally just do whatever the fuck. He starts that song like with an ad lib. He goes blah, 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 and then the song like that type of complete disregard for convention and taking yourself seriously is such an inspiration for me, and it will be like forever. I'm like, when my EP comes out, I'm messaging that guy being like, this wouldn't happen without you.
What's funny, the first bar of that track is him saying fucking, I don't even know what to write to this beat yet because I don't even know if it's finished. Just dumb shit like that.
It's
immediately I fuck with it. Yeah,
you should check them out. Are we gonna do like one person each, or are we doing whole 5 and then we talk about?
Let's do 5, 5, 5. Let's do 5, 5, 5.
Second on my list, I would say Samira Truth. I just like, I don't remember how I got put onto them, but it was definitely. Oh yeah, they opened for Rap Ferreira at one of his shows, on his tour last year. Was it last year? I think like early last year. And I remember just seeing them on stage, and like they were working with their 404 and doing stuff like that. And then I watched one of their live performances. They do, you know, that like radio show that DJ Haram goes on.
Yeah, Monday Night Raw.
Yeah, she did one with August Malone. I know that Samira Truth did one in that exact same room, and I watched that, and I was like, oh shit, I need to check out this person's music. And then I checked out their album, Something for the Moon Landing.
I got bands for the moon landing.
Bands for the moon landing, and that album like immediately became a classic for me. It's so kinetic in the way it presents itself. It just moves. It like there's no real dead air in the album, and it's so endlessly just committed to throwing things at you and just going. You know what I mean? And like in the same sense as like, remember we talked about the Earl album last time. The way that the album really, it doesn't really leave time for you to be like, oh, okay, well, onto that. Can we move on now? You know what I mean? It just completely will continue to like throw shit at you in just the most outstandingly, in just incredibly put together way. And like specifically the song "Damn Finally" with Lats, who I don't think has any music other than that one feature, which is outrageous. Specifically that song, the vibe that song hits is so electric, like, and so like kind. You know, the album, that song starts off with like both of them being like, "Oh, drink your water, make sure you stay hydrated and shit." One of them say like hate HO2, and the other one's like, "That's not right, but you know, I failed chemistry too, man. It's cool." You know what I'm saying? Like that love is so present in the whole project. Go on.
I think I'd be tripping because like when I think of Samira Truth, I think of more like, I don't necessarily put, I don't know their pronouns, but I don't necessarily put them in like the rap category, just like one Alkabulon. It's like they're kind of beyond just rap. Same with like More Mother. I wouldn't say More Mother was like an artist. Shamir,
no,
I mean, is so vast. I just wouldn't think to put them on there. But I'm glad to hear the name because I love them. I love her. I love it. I whatever. It's amazing.
I'm not.
Yeah, like Star of the Story was one of my favorite albums that came out last year, and I didn't put it on my hip hop list because it's so vast and wide beyond some of the kind of artificial confines that I put hip hop in sometimes. But yeah, she is it she? They? I don't know. I'm trying not to. I'm trying to be better with that stuff, but they are amazing. Then they're amazing.
I remember the star. I mean, especially what you're saying there makes sense in the context of you loving the star as much as you're saying. Because I would say that the moon landing is a lot more rappy rap shit, but Star is definitely a lot more like, I'm gonna just.
There's like ambient type of like droning, you know, like minimalist tracks on there. Yeah,
for sure. That's definitely it's definitely a big part of it. Number 3, little bit of a curveball. I'm gonna say Billy Woods. Because when I first heard, when I was getting into Rap Ferreira back in like 2020, obviously like Kenny Siegel was there, so I was like, oh shit, what else has Kenny Siegel done? And I listened to Hiding Place. I didn't like it. I didn't like that album.
Whack. No, I'm just kidding.
It's good shit on it, but I was listening to it. There's a lot of like Rocky inspirations, and I'm not.
Go ahead and say White Sounds. That's fine.
Yeah,
Cole hates guitars. Cole says guitars are where the mistake to music.
Hey, okay. I love Kenny and I love Steel Tip Dove. You know, they keep it rocky.
But I listened to that project and I wasn't really feeling it. And then Haram came out and I saw the cover and I was like, oh, these people are just trying to be edgy because I was a fucking stupid person. I was dumb as shit. So I saw that and I was like, oh, okay, well, these guys, I wasn't really messing with the Alchemist back then either. So, but then I went to Ghana.
Because because he's a Zionist, this Alchemist character? Was that why? Were you ahead of the curb? You knew it before us?
I don't condone no foul shit on earth, bro.
No, I actually like Alchemist more now because people don't like him. No, that's how I hate.
I've dedicated my life to rap. I can't possibly have anything of value to say on anything else. I've dedicated my life to rap, man.
You know what? Let him cook.
I don't condone any foul shit on earth.
No foul shit.
Zero foul shit on earth. Yeah.
Yeah, so
that's why I did like even my actions. I'm just like disappointed every day.
Yeah, so what was I saying? Who was on Billy Woods? Yeah, and then I went to Ghana in like 2023. And at the same time I was in Ghana, Ethiops came out. So I'm in Ghana hanging with my fam, and I just thought,
Trey, it took this nigga a fucking pilgrimage to Africa to start liking Woods. Girl, you crazy as fuck.
she had to have Mengistu Haile Miriam as her neighbor.
Oh my god!
I'm not one of those who are like, oh, I gotta go see Africa and change. It's gonna change my entire perspective. I wasn't living that. I have family in Ghana. I was saying hi, you know what I mean. Well, on that trip, we were in a cab, and I saw some people who I fuck with. At the time, I was unfortunately a Professor Sky apologist.
Yeah, no, I don't care. Professor Sky's Atheos vid is genuinely good because it's like it's right in his bag. It's right in his bag. His studies as a professor. That's a good vid. I don't care.
Yeah, it goes over the Congi's Harvest, which is a movie that album samples a lot. So I listened to that album and I was like, oh shit, wait, this guy really has some shit to say. This is outrageous. I'm listening to. I remember the first time Asylum
huge
came
fan.
Out, those horns
huge
come
fan.
in. Those horns came in on Asylum. I'm like, what the fuck? I didn't know music could be that loud. And I'm so like that there. Like at that moment, I was like, oh shit, okay, Woods is now that guy, and he will forever be that guy, and he has continued to be that guy. And yeah, I mean, what is there to say about Woods that people haven't said already? He's the best.
Said. Yeah. I thought the thumbnail was going to be clickbait, so I'm shocked.
I'm ahead of you with Woods by like a decade. Then maybe. Like, well, I didn't really like. I get you though, because I didn't like Woods didn't become amazing and spectacular and like singular and indelible to me. Like I liked his work, but you know, it was like 5 songs on the album, 6 songs on the album, and now I feel like everything that he does is like almost unassailable, despite my other inclinations to critique it. Like he's just very
pessimism,
very great. Yeah, the Afro pessimistic aspect is definitely
for
something
another
that
day.
I think about. Yeah, for another day. But okay, that's a curveball. I wasn't expecting that. Go off though, because what is we at 4?
And that was my third.
That's 3.
We might have
okay. So so we're on 4 now.
Yeah, we're on 4. For 4, let me just read.
I'm not that drunk. I can count. Goddamn. I meant that we're going to 4.
I was just making sure, you know, sometimes people get a little bit
I've literally, these are tall cans of like 7% shochu highball. I've had 4.5 of these.
Okay. I see you. All right, for 4, I'm gonna go AJ Suede.
Hey, Suede God, thank you. I wanted to put Suede God on my list. Thank you.
Wait. I'm gonna let you have it.
Were you gonna say Suede?
No, he was mad.
I remember you saying Suede when we went over it yesterday. I don't remember you saying.
True. You did not say it yesterday after Trey was late by 2 hours. You didn't say
it. She ignored my. It's fine because we need overlap. So this shit is long as hell.
Yeah. So I'm going AJ Suede. I just find this style just so sick. He just does it.
Suede
is a great name for him because he's smooth as fuck.
He's cool. He's cool in a way that very few underground rappers are. Like a lot of underground rappers, they're not very cool. Suede, like when you hear shit, like this is just cool as fuck.
Yeah, but then he's still a nerd about it. You know, he's still a nerd.
Yeah, he is. He really is.
You can make him bars.
He's unapologetically just himself. Like it's not even nerd or cool. It's like he's smooth. Like whatever he does is Suede.
Yeah, for sure. And
wait, can I ask a question though? I think I've heard Castro. I remember it. I recall it. I don't know if it's fact or not, but AJ Suede is the unofficial 3rd member of Shrapnel, right? Has Castro said that?
I feel like Castro has said there are a lot of unofficial 3rd members, but I can't remember off the top of my head. I can't remember. But he was featured on Nobody Planning to Leave a lot, so.
Okay, or is he the unofficial 3rd member of? Okay, I don't know. Maybe I'm tripping, but all I know is that a lot of people that I love and appreciate and like, who make some of the best music, champion him and consider him one of their colleagues, their peers, and one of their favorite artists. So shout out to the Suede God. I fucking when I first heard AJ Suede, I was like kind of like whatever about it, but then I was like, oh, he's so ill. He's like, you know, there's projects that he does that I don't care about too much, but there's projects where there's joints where he's on. I'm just like, you the illest person out.
That were the Televangel one, the second one he did.
Metatron's Cube, and then the second one is
in Shorts. That's my favorite album, personally. That
The Metatrons introduced me to him. That when I started my MWE shit, where I reviewed like a new artist every day, that was the first project I did, and like I was just like so amazed by that. Was my introduction to Televangel too, and like that pairing is just like too fucking good. Like the beats.
Televangel is amazing, and he works well. Crazy. It's fuck with Suede. Suede, I feel like the thing that prevents Suede like from being kind of in the top tier category as an artist is like he's very prolific. He puts out a lot of work, and it's kind of hard to keep up with it all the time. And it also kind of levels out depending on who he's working with. It's like Woods. If Woods was to like put out an album with some random producer every year and have like a Preservation album, and then he has like a Messiah Music album, but then he has kind of like some middling shit in between. If Suede kind of didn't word, if precisely, exactly, tremendously, yes. But if like the thing for me is like sometimes Suede, even though he's very vibey, sometimes I don't care for the production vibe that he's on. And for me, a lot of the enjoyment that I get out of Suede has to do with the production vibe, because like his content is not so deep. He's smooth, but it's not so like he's not a bar cat that's like, ooh, that's ooh. He's kind of a guy that's like,
that's cool. That's nice.
For my last pick, I'm switching up again. It's not on my list from yesterday. And I don't think either of you would be familiar with him either. Well, you know of him, but not necessarily like listen to him as much as I have. But Eldon, Eldon, all caps.
He's from Rubiot shit. Yeah,
he's from Rubiot. He has two projects with a producer called Nicky Soft Touch, Terra Incognita book 1 and 2, and like I highly recommend you guys put those in a playlist and just listen to that shit.
I'm a fan.
Music.
I'm a fan.
Genuinely.
I couldn't tell you the name of a song off of them, but Rory's my man. I fuck with Rory. If he's in Tokyo, I'm gonna try to rock with him and be with him. Like that's my man. I don't give a shit about the parasocial stuff going on in his life. That's my man. I'll fight a nigga with him right now if they
or the fart fetish.
Yeah, well, I don't give a shit. We'll doo all day together. I guess that's my folks. But the Rubiot scene, the Rubiot cast, Eldon, like even maybe Pink Navel has changed their name, but I've been rocking with Roy for a long time, and you're right. That's a fire artist that I actually need to tap in more and keep up with. You need to send me some joints that you listening to so I could reconfigure my attention.
Those two albums are the only ones that I think are like full projects that I'd be like, you should definitely check these out. The two with Nicky Soft Touch, they're just fantastic. The pockets that he gets into, because he's like from what I can tell from the way his art sounds, like he comes from like a lineage of like dub poets in terms of the way he presents himself. And dub poetry is like, obviously the like Rastafarian tradition is so entrenched inside in political thought. So to kind of hear the way he kind of melds hip hop with it is just a brilliant sound. And like all of his sounds that on the Nicky Soft Touch project are very deeply like UK, while also bringing an extremely like experimental touch to them as well.
Word.
Yeah.
What you got? You want to go Trey? You want to Rochambeau off of it? You want to?
I got it.
Okay, bust.
In the interest of time, I'm gonna condense these a bit. Me and Cole had overlap with Suede. I know Mega had this person on theirs, but the former Joshua Virtue, the current Rama, that is probably at the top of my list of favorite rappers I've discovered. The space that they occupy, I did write down the albums where I discovered these people. So I discovered Joshua Virtue actually with Spectacular, which was a project they did with Randolph Bravery.
He's on the Ruby.
Wavy as fuck. Like when Rama dropped, that's why I was like, fuck, they rap insane. The track with Sketch is crazy. The overlap of how like they can like weave these topics. Like sometimes they're just rapping on some fly shit. Sometimes it's like existential as fuck. The way they interrogate like identity on their projects like really opened up my mind as to like the type of shit you can like explore in rap songs. Please Let the Light on the self-titled project. That fucking track, like fucking, that's like might be my favorite shit I've heard this decade. Their flow, they got one of the most unique flows. Their own production, they have this like weird production style, but it really fascinates my mind and like captures my interest in such a unique way. Joshua is Dead that dropped last year
from them.
Insane.
Black Box,
insane.
That is that's been what, like, you know, I'm an emotional person sometimes. Sometimes I listen to Portrait of Tracy by Jaco Pastorius and it brings a tear to my eye, a couple of them. I feel that. I feel Sandra sometimes, right? Joshua Virtue's music is the only Rama, the death, you know, formerly Joshua Virtue. Rama's music on Black Box, there are 2 songs there that I feel are so powerful, but the last joint is so tremendously powerful and just it captures so much of things that are meaningful to me that it really, when I hear it, it makes the hair on my arm stand up. And there's very few artists that have the ability to do that to me, and even less that have the ability for me to go back to it and still have that emotional trigger. Rama is, they are amazing so far. I'm really only into like 2 of the albums. 2 of them are some of my favorites. But
have you heard You the Baby?
I've heard most of it, and I think all of it is pretty good. But
You the Baby is crazy to me.
What is the name? What is the name of the Joshua Virtue album? Where they're on the cover and it's like a blue background and they're shirtless on it.
That's Rama.
With the sketch song. With the sketch song.
That's Rama.
It's Rama. All right, so that one, and then Black Box. Black Box completely broke my mind. The Chong Wizard beats, the features from Pink Navel and Def C, and everything on it was just and it was an EP, and it beat the fuck out of all the other albums that year that were amazing for me. They're one of my favorites. Rama is
crazy,
handsome, cute, whatever to call it. I really like fucking Rama. What happened, Cozy? Oh my god,
the storm outside. I'm just closing the window.
Okay. I thought maybe you got disconnected. Okay, keep going.
I don't know how familiar you are with this person, but Kill Vanguard. I discovered him. Kill Vanguard. Oh, you know about Kill?
Of course.
Aren't they active in the community too? I hear about Kill Vaughn in Rap Music Plug Discord.
I discovered him 2022. Rhino put me on when I Think I've Lost It dropped. And their
Rhino.
style of rapping is like very existential, but what blew me away was the way like he felt very in the moment with his lyrics. You know, in some rappers you can like rap is referential in a way, but like some shit, like you reference some shit you see on a timeline that borders like, it's almost like a fourth wall break in a way. It kind of borders that line, but the way that he like was able to like discuss on I Think I've Lost It, how like his mood being influenced by like his algorithm or just like really mundane shit, like just the fucking feeling of doom scrolling and just like fucking getting lost in your thoughts. I thought that was like very interesting. And he also has this capacity to like expand on concepts on like the new joint, which is what is it? Life is a Masterpiece. That's like a big conceptual joint. The production on there is insane. The shit he talks about on there, like the fucking song about where he's like just talking about like his fucking body insecurity growing up, and I was like, mom said some like offhanded comment to him, and that just like fucked with him for the rest of his life. The way he tackled that,
so typical. I know you probably got some shit like that. I got some shit like that. Cozy, she probably got some shit like that. Yeah.
Dude, today, I came downstairs. My grandma asked me where my clothes are. I'm wearing right now. She says, "Where's your clothes?" I'm like, yeah, you know what?
Yeah, well, you do almost got your titties out over there, Cozy. I see you. Now my shit is like me being like 6 years old and asking my mom why my knee looked the way it do, and she told me it was dirty. It just turns out that I'm fucking half black.
I'm crying. Yeah, Killer's great. He got the Crusher Records label. They dropped a compilation album. I still got to check that out.
Yeah.
Shout out to Tom Can't Sleep. Shout out to Monzi. Monzi's the homie. They're all on that project on the label. But yeah, next, this is my kind of cheat one because this artist does have an established career. But Serengeti, when I was deep into like my fucking like when I discovered Serengeti, I was like, I'm pretty tapped in by this point. So like, not a lot of shit surprises me. But when I heard a jive for the first time, I'm like, that's first time in a while. I'm like, what the fuck is this? Like, what is this?
One of the greatest of all time. He is.
Yeah,
listening to it and the way he like goes about like the fucking concept of like fucking fast fashion and like his life being consumed by it and like of impacting his relationships and like the way he like it's almost like cinematic in the way he just like jumps from scene to scene with like a bunch of different beats and it works in such a weird way. Like this should be like the most jarring, unlistenable shit ever, but he'll just like fucking jump beats mid-track and make it work with the narrative. That shit's crazy.
Getty King. If I could harp just a little bit, like Getty King is probably right alongside the three artists that I mentioned, Red, Aesop, Bus Driver, Getty, and Quelle Chris of my last 20 years. I really am such a huge, tremendous fan of Getty. I think not only is he really dope at just writing raps, being colloquially and rapping, but he's also created a rich character history, a universe that is even better than anything that the rappers who are lying to us all the time have created. His history is better and more interesting than Rick Ross. It's like, okay, I was a correctional officer, I became a rap star, I bought a bunch of Wingstops. That's not even crazy when it comes to like what he's done with Kenny Dennis, with Kavanaugh, with you know, his wife Jules, like, and he's worked with Deerhoof and he's worked with so many artists, with Sufjan Stevens. He is literally like one of the biggest gems in hip hop that nobody seems to know or talk about. Getty King is better than your favorite rapper most of the time. And he's also better. Like, I put him against like a Woods. I put him against like anybody who is getting into hip hop heaven first and foremost from the ethics that I come from, that 4-element, real, oddball, whatever. He's right there. I put him against anybody. He's amazing. I kill that shit, Trey. I might fuck with Trey, but tomorrow you're gonna say some shit. I'm gonna want to kill his ass again. Like, amazing though.
The thing with Serengeti that like I think keeps him kind of out of the conversations that you're like saying is I think his music through the stories and shit he's making is like it's so daunting.
Hard.
You know what I mean?
It is
such a task to get into. It's such a reward.
It's literally like starting a TV show.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It's like cats tell me like, "Yo, One Piece is the best," and I'm like,
"Yeah, you should tap in."
I gotta go back and listen to. I gotta go back and listen to like Noticeably Negro that came out in 2006 to understand what's going on with Getty.
Noticeably Negro. That album's amazing. I think my favorite.
Noticeably Negro was amazing.
Or
Nipple Queen 3, he's got so many joints. Making out with your sister in the back of Burger King. Yo, he's amazing, bro. Like, yo, the songs about him living above a flower shop, and those are 20-year-old records at this point. Like, amazing. Oh, god damn. Anticon, by the way. Anticon.
I didn't actually know that. I didn't know he was a part of that. Okay, I might have to.
Only good person from Anticon. Only good person from Anticon.
You didn't like the Dose album with fucking Backwoods?
I still have not listened to that shit, bro.
You are so racist.
Y'all, I am.
Because he looks like Charlie Kirk, right?
It is.
I knew it. Unbelievable. You are just so racist. Oh my god.
Album, but it made me understand what you guys were talking about when everyone was going on about Dose 1. It definitely made me get like, okay, yeah, I understand the like appeal. I'm not entirely into the voices.
I'll check it out.
if you don't, even if you're not into it, it's like my man gets into hip hop heaven, so it doesn't matter about a subjective opinion. All of the material conditions are there, and the lineage, the history, it's not ahistorical. That motherfucker battled Eminem. That motherfucker was at Scribble Jam. That motherfucker put in work. That motherfucker taught kids how to rap in Oakland. That motherfucker is always down to battle, always poetic, always like it don't matter. Dose is king shit in hip hop. It's like saying that LP is not, just because you Run the Jewels is fucking
LP is the only good white person. What are you talking about?
You're really willing to do that? No, you're really willing to do that on 9/11 when on 9/11 when Charlie Kirk was assassinated, probably by a Negro, probably by no, it's 9/11 over here, sir. I know what time is. On 9/11, assassinated probably by a Negro, maybe a transgender liberal, who knows? But you're willing to do that?
They were Muslim too.
Yeah.
Speaking of 9/11, it's Steve's birthday. So from the What's Up with the Music podcast, happy birthday to Unsung the Rapper. Shout out to Steve.
Unsung, fellow old human being, really honky derelict.
He's as cynical as you.
He might be.
I love Unsung. I've never had a point where Unsung said some shit that I was like,
I do that all the time with him.
You do that all the time with everybody. That's why that's why I don't even know why you're on Twitter. Like you're probably always out of breath. You're like,
stay on topic.
Okay, go. The last artist.
Last artist. This is my homie, so I broke the homie clause. But when I found them, they weren't my homie at the time. Snot Nose Salim, Palestinian rapper out of Florida. I discovered him on Intifada in 2022, I think. But the type of shit. No, I said, did you? I said Snot Nose Salim.
You said on Intifada. What is that?
Intifada. Oh, that's the project. Name of the project.
Oh, okay, my bad.
Yeah.
Well, Intifada.
No, the one you listen to is different. Intifada was older. Yeah. Intifada's a real world. We know Mega. But yeah, snotty, crazy.
Well, nigga,
crazy
shake
rapper.
it off. That's what it means. Shaking off. Intifada that shit.
Bro,
okay, go ahead.
Nigga so aggro to fucking tell people shit. Intifada, great project. I'm but like his new shit is not out yet. It's not out yet. But y'all gotta hear. He's doing like weird, like creative noise shit. He has like 2 pending projects on the way.
Did I just see him in the Rap Music Club Discord today?
Yeah, he was in there. Yeah, today and yesterday. Yeah.
Okay, I'm not familiar with
him.
The
type of shit he talks about is just like it has a very like punk rock aspect to it.
I know
he's like
most of the project I listened to was the punk rock stuff.
Yeah, he'll say like whatever comes to his mind. It's like a fucking. I love the way it comes across in the music, and like just on top of that, he's like one of the best rappers I fucking know. Yeah, he's just crazy technical ability. I really want the new shit to come out because I need to push the propaganda. This nigga is genuinely, I think he's one of the best rappers out right now. So that's the homie check.
He's Palestinian from in the West, or he's in
I don't know where he's from, but he's situated in Florida right now.
Okay. Shout out. I didn't know that. But I thought Snot Nose Salim would be a black man, to be honest with you. But yeah, shout out.
But Snotty's goated.
Love
him. Yeah.
Great name.
I think that's my 5.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wait from you.
No, that's a fire list, Trav. I like. This is one of the reasons I wanted to do the pod with you, even though you and I fucking poke each other all the time. Like,
even though we hate each other.
I recognize where you're coming from, and that was a super fire list. I fuck with it tremendously.
Thank you.
Again. But for me, I'll try to keep my list low because we're pushing 2 hours at this point. Obviously. So the first one that I'll put out is a person who was here just 2 weeks ago, Obi-Wan. Obi-Wan is a kind of an Afro-Caribbean artist from the Bahamas who creates and makes like pretty like contemporary New York rap shit. You guys all know Obi-Wan, yeah? But it's also still infused with a lot of anti-colonial, anti-imperialist rhetoric, in which he also uses a lot of the sonic qualities of the lineage of music that comes from his territory. I really like his music. A lot of people compare him to Makami. I think they're wrong. I think they're also right in a couple ways, but I also think they'll be surprised because Mach fucks with him. Like, I know it. It's going to happen. Mach definitely fucks with him. And he was out here 2 weeks ago doing show, and he hit me up and was like, yo, let's link. And I went to the show, and I was so impressed by him as a person. They were fucking his wife. I don't hold on. I don't know if this public information or whatever or hidden, but like, anyways, he was trying to get somebody that was with him into the venue, and he was performing at the venue at this big event for free. And they wanted to charge the person that was with him. And he was like, yo, I'm performing for free and y'all won't let $30 slide to get in here. So he had a little bit of a, like a confrontation with the people there. And then after that, it still started getting a little bit thick. When he did his set, this nigga was like, yo, they try to charge this person for coming in here tonight. Y'all gonna have to drag me off stage. Y'all gonna get these fucking bars. I'm gonna rap. He was supposed to have like a 20-minute set. My man rapped for like 50 minutes and was like, fuck it. Fuck it. Y'all gonna get these bars. And he was just dope. We had freestyle sessions. And at the end of his set, everybody that was with him, New York Public Housing, they were supposed to go on after. It's like 3 o'clock in the morning, 4 o'clock in the morning, close it down. DJ 5 o'clock in the morning. No Face was there. A lot of people was there. Fucking Sniper Lou, Bob Pace, Black Rembrandt. Everybody was there from that, right? After his set, all of us vamped out and we went outside and we was just chilling and doing whatever like that. They really was just like, fuck y'all for doing that. And I had a lot of respect for him. I talked, Bob Pace is a person that a lot of people, every time I bring him up, they bring up a lot of things in his past. I literally asked this nigga what happened. I talked to him about it, but I was really fucking with all of those cats. They was real people to me. Obi-Wan, super dope. Wait till the real shit happens. A fucking bomb. He is dope. Also, my number 2, we talk about Nakama a lot. Of course, Nakama. I love Nakama. We went off on that. I won't spend a lot of time. My number 3 is Video Dave, who I think is kind of pushed to the side a little bit in terms of the company he keeps. I think a lot of people feel that he's extremely similar to Open Mike Eagle, and I see that. I feel a lot of ways, but I find Video Dave endearing. I find him to be a completely different person than Open Mike Eagle politically, in their experiences, the way he lays out things, and I fuck with Video Dave. Yeah. And also he makes some real dope shit.
Yeah. I think I was a little apprehensive to Video Dave when I first heard him off of
I remember that a little bit.
On the
service merchandise.
No, or reverse. I was a little apprehensive.
Okay.
As he's been on more and more of the projects, I feel like his kind of space as someone who isn't, like, obviously, I think it's a lot easier to compare them as similar when there's a lot less stuff to compare about, you know what I'm saying? But when service merchandise is there and you can hear all of them kind of throwing in between, you can definitely feel those differences kind of manifest a little more. And I think by service merchandise, I was like, okay, yeah, I'm on this side. And he released a record recently, something like Chicago Stadium something.
With and two cities. Is that the one you're talking about?
I'm not sure.
With another cat named Benin, B-E-N-E, I think.
I don't remember it being a collaborative.
Okay.
City and City with B-E-N-E.
Oh yeah, okay. Well, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that there was a fantastic record.
He's just, he's good. I support him. I like him as a person. I find him to be like grown, mature rapper for me that I would definitely hang out and drink coffee with all day and then joke about Boys in the Hood in the evening with. I like him a lot.
Just want to quickly say the project I was talking about wasn't City and City, it's Old Chicago Stadium that came out this April. That was the record I was talking about.
Earlier in the year. Also very good. Also very good. Also very good. I was waiting for in our earlier talk you were mentioning Still Riff, and he's Riff Napalm is one of my favorites. But
we need a Still Riff album. We need a Still Riff album. It's past you. The way he rhymes is just absurd.
I've been thinking about who I want him to do an album with. I would love if it was a single producer that was not Child Actor. I don't
Yeah.
want to hear him over Child Actor. I love Child Actor. No hate, but like him and August Fanon would be crazy.
Yeah.
Him and Messiah Music would be crazy. Him
My
and
vote is Analog
give
Tape
me a
Dispenser.
yeah.
I
Give
definitely
me
want
him and a black
shit.
producer.
Yeah, I want some real drummy shit from him because it's like I can really tell from the Madlib joint that off of All Reverse, the way Still Rift navigates that beat there is just fantastic, and I would love to kind of hear more of that type of stuff.
I would even fuck with like him in like an older like different like him in Blueprint. If Blueprint produces beats, I'm fine with it because Rift is going to be dope anyways. But my last two, Andrew Embark. Embark is like I was introduced to him and put onto him by Jonah from the Extraordinary Rap Podcast, who I love and respect and rock with, is a tremendous artist and also a voice in the underground, independent, avant-garde, experimental rap, weirdo shit scene. But I was put onto him when they released an album earlier this year called Purple Durnal, which it was weird because Jonah is weird. But after that, I kind of stepped into more of Andrew's work, and Andrew's a kind of weird not spoken word, but a spoken style MC.
Don't call him spoken word.
No, he's not a spoken word MC, but he's like a spoken style MC who really emphasizes his kind of literary intent and his poesy intent on laying out sentences and also giving allusions to deep literature references and using poetic devices. And Andrew has become one of my favorites, only hearing him for like 5 or 6 months, and I'm gone back to his albums. He's got an incredible track on the Asterix. Asterix is a producer who dropped an album this year who has all of our favorites. Ratman Gavin's got a track on there.
I'm on that.
Hester, you're on that. Micah 9 is on that. I think Def C is on that. Like they're like it's an incredible, dope, super dope, incredible album. And the Andrew Embark track is definitely just I love him over like if I find him over the right beat, he does everything right to me. I really appreciate him and like him. And my last one, go ahead.
So you said Andrew, is it Andrew Embark? You said what's his name?
MBARUK, I think.
Okay.
Yeah. Is that the guy in Sleeping Dogs, or is that a different guy?
Different guy.
No, it's a different guy. That's just Andrew. Okay, Andrew Embark is a black man.
Black.
He's a black man. He's a black man.
Andrew. My bad. Yeah. Okay, cool.
But cool. Andrew Embark, I'm not sure how to pronounce it when I hear him say this is Embark. But amazing like thinking artist. His collaborative track on the Reese Langston this year is just bars. Like those two cats barred out in a way that only Shrapnel can. Only the best MCs of all time can really get to. Only Slumber Logic, Trey Does, and Rapman Gavin can. It's a really great example of just like two cats styling with their styles and saying fuck whatever the rest of y'all do, we do this. And I love him for that. He obviously doesn't give a fuck about anything. And my last person is a person who I really love, but I haven't loved their albums that they put out, but the tracks that I really stick with me and the songs that really hit for me are so good, and I like their approach. The person's name is Def Sound, Def Space Sound, and they are a person who uses they them pronouns from an Afro-Caribbean artist from I think Leimert Park in Los Angeles, which is home to the Project Blowed and so much of the jazz scene. They're from there, but it's just a really powerful artist who is like not antisocial whatsoever, that sprinkles in socialist black critical theory into their work, is always a bit optimistic, is always a bit witty, always a bit fun. And the first song that I heard them on was called Never Ending Work, which was produced by Illingsworth, and the video that they used for it was so incredibly creative, and I've been a big fan and follower of their work, and I would like to champion them, and I'm hoping to have a project from them that really just does everything that they do well. So that's my person.
Is there anything of
Def
theirs you
Sound.
recommend?
Say again.
Like, what of theirs would you recommend? Def Sound.
The Never Ending Works track is really good. They just dropped an album called Sheesh. Common spelling, 2 E's SH, Sheesh. And there's a lot of I kind of feel like they're trying to find their register and what really works well with them. But Sheesh is really good, and they've got like, you know, Saul Williams has done a track with them. So
Well, okay.
that kind of shows that
Williams,
they're not necessarily like super famous or anything like that, but they are quality.
Yeah. They have the
with their art.
credentials.
Yeah, for sure.
Cool.
All
Yeah,
right, that's our 5 newer rap favorites.
Yeah.
We need a closer real quick before we get kicked out this shit.
Okay.
You're right.
Real quick, our girl Co has an EP, Excerpts of Black Joy Volume 1. That'll be out by the time this is out. So you gotta cop that.
That's I mean, in my humble opinion, that's some good ass music that's coming.
I agree.
In my humble opinion, I really fucking I like you as a person, and it really captures how wonderful you are in ways that don't really work when you're telling us how wonderful you are. It's a beautiful album. The production on it is incredible. Like I was listening to it like, yo, you should just like slide that beat to all the homies and do like one of those old classic posse cuts that has everybody on the same beat just bombing it. Why not have a posse cut of only that beat with all of your best friends killing it? Trey does be on it. Rap Man Gavin be on it.
Who knows?
Do that.
Remix down the line. Who knows?
Production is crazy, and you are so wonderful on it. Like, yeah, you're beautiful on it. It's amazing.
I really appreciate.
You're more talented than I already knew, and I knew.
It was one of the. I really did try to keep it on the wraps, you know. I didn't. So I'm just so glad it's coming out. It took me far too long, but we're finally here. Debuts out Friday, the 12th of September. Probably already passed by the time you're hearing this. Check that shit out. Buy it on Bandcamp. Give me all of your money. It would be awesome if I was rich off of this project. I think it would make me smile.
Good luck.
All right, let's close. Let's wrap it up.
Wrap it up.
You go,
this nigga Trey hella sleepy. Go to sleep.
Rest in peace, Charlie Kirk.
How dare you? No, yeah, you're right. What a bitch ass nigga, man. If I could just be real, what a bitch
Conway could never.
Bro. Like, yeah, you're a fucking sucker. Like, the craziest thing is you're like, it's okay if people die from gun violence. Like, I'm fine with that. And like, ask your kids in 20 years. Yeah, you can't.
Because he said that. He said that shit crazy.
Oh, he was tremendously reckless and ahistorical and mythological, like just a very bad, just a bad political actor. Deeply unserious, and somebody got serious off of it. It's sad to say.
Niggas get popped every day.
I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you, man.
I don't give a fuck.
Niggas get popped.
I don't even think the implications are going to be all that serious. We already on our way to fascism. What you think they're going to do? Start a Charlie Kirk bill against niggers? Like, yeah, this shit ain't happening. They already got a bill against niggas that they don't need to even have his name on the shit. They whooping our ass. So organized. I love everybody. What's up with
peace,
the minutes?
Love, and positivity?
Minutes? How many minutes can you finish in a row?
Who knows? All right, it's been dope. We got out here before StreamYard kills
dope. Oh my god,
it has been 2 hours. Farewell.
Peace.
Right. I've ended the recording.
That was enormous. That's right. That's right. That's right.